Hey, it's Null.
And Mikey.
From FrozenGaming.com again. We received numerous messages from our viewers requesting a gearing guide and overview.
And being that Archeage info is spread so thin, we're going to give you a general overview and then our recommendations.
And a surprise giveaway. Don't miss it. 4 major sources of armor and weapons. There's crafted Obsidian, crafted Illustrious, dungeon drops, world boss drops, and there are a few major considerations for each of these that we need to cover. Okay, first we have crafted Obsidian. There's a guaranteed creation and upgrade, meaning with the right materials, you can upgrade it without any chance of failure to its maximum tier.
Crafted Obsidian gear is bind on equip, meaning you can trade it until it's equipped, which is kind of awesome because if you go to the next tier with it, even if it's still bound, it becomes bind on equip again, and then you can sell or trade it.
All the components needed to make these first tier items drop off any trash mob in Sungold Fields and Golden Ruins in Aurora. It's important to note that these items are bind on pickup, meaning you have to go farm them and can't buy them off the auction house.
With the exception of armor and weapon wisps, which soon will be essences in the upcoming 3.5 patch.
Correct. Most people just buy the wisps off the auction house because of the resource and labor investment involved in making them. But wisps do come from breaking down the crafted Illustrious and higher gear.
Breaking down means creating the weapon or armor and then destroying it with an even stone from any general merchant. The higher the tier, the more the wisp.
The first tier is easy for a reason. Typically, you're going to create about 10 of the first tier. When you're starting out and don't have much money, which by the way, being broke is a normal state of being in this game, get the basic obsidian pieces to Celestial and stop. Don't tier it. It's a complete waste of time and money. Trust me, I hated hearing this when I first started because I didn't have the money and I wanted to have decent gear. Trust me, after thousands of gold wasted, this is the way to do it. I repeat, get basic obsidian gear to Celestial and stop until you can make a serious gold investment. A serious gold investment, by the way, is between 2 and 5k gold or more.
Okay, got it. So use Celestial as your gear until you have the money to stockpile 5 to 10 pieces at Celestial grade, and then make one big attempt to regrade to Divine or Epic. Don't tier it, you're going to regret it down the road.
Right, so when you regrade all those pieces to Celestial, you're gonna make one big attempt to move them all over to Divine or Epic all at once, with Resplendent Scrolls, which are the ones that give you a chance for great success, aka double upgrade. You will break a few. It's money intensive. That's how this game works. That's why they sell Apex.
Pay to win.
This is honestly the best way to get decent Divine or Epic level gear. So why do we regrade at the basic level of Obsidian? With tiering, the items keep their grade, and even has a very small chance to regrade during the tiering process up one level. Personally, after tiering 5 items from tier 1 through 6, I didn't get a single one to proc to the next grade for me, but it does happen. So if you get a standard Obsidian item to regrade to Divine or Epic, it will stay Divine or Epic when you make it tier 2, 3, or 4 with a chance to upgrade.
So this tiering process over tier 2 all happens in the library. The library is not difficult. Don't be scared. Don't let it intimidate you. Once you hit 50 plus, just go start the farming grind. It's decent experience and you'll get drops. It's important to note that Obsidian does not have wrist or belt slots on them, which brings us to the next section, Crafted Illustrious.
Also, Crafted Illustrious does have set bonuses, so the more pieces you wear, the bigger the bonus. But that might be going away in patch 3.5, so be aware. Crafted Illustrious also has tiers. They're called Magnificent, Epherium, Delphinad, and Aenad. But there's a big difference here between Illustrious and Obsidian. Currently, Crafted Illustrious produces one of 3 to 5 named versions of itself. Only one of those versions is upgradable to the next tier. Check each one that is.
Pre 3.5, it's a roll of the dice which one you get. You have no direct control over which one you get. After patch 3.5, it will be selectable, which is a big deal.
To give you an example how this works, At the time of making this video, I made 25 Illustrious pieces, which goddamn, that's a lot of labor. Roughly 10 of those were the correct name and able to upgrade to tier 2. Magnificent. Of those 10 Magnificent grade items, only 4 of them moved to Ethereum, and none of them moved to Dolphin. Maybe my luck is bad, maybe metalwork and weapon crafting skill affects it, but at 120k skill on both, that was my results. Take it as you will. I personally don't like it, but you do get wisps from it. And it can be broken down at the Ethereum level, at unique or higher grade, into weapon and armor anchors. But that's a video for another day.
So to recap for Crafted Illustrious.
Fuck off.
So to recap for Crafted Illustrious, if you break them down, you get wisps. The higher the tier you break, the more of the wisp you potentially get. In general, because of the set bonuses and the fact that they have wrist and belt slot items, which Obsidian doesn't offer, and the fact that you can sell them without worrying about the silly buy non-equip, they're highly favored among many players.
This brings us to dungeon drops. Often this is called free gear, because of the dungeon grinding aspect and limited gold investment, unlike Obsidian and Illustrious.
Dungeon gear was a huge source of the fresh start drama, as it allowed for rapid gearing without huge labor costs.
Each greater dungeon has a set of items that drop from bosses within them. These items can be upgraded at a distorted dimensional workbench to their second form.
You can hit O, bring up the item search menu, and type the name of an item to figure out exactly what materials are needed for each item.
Once the item is upgraded to its second form, you can bring it over to the Mist-Song workbench, along with a few other dungeon drops, and you convert it to an item called Arya's Autograph. Arya's Autograph can be transformed into a variety of items that you select from.
Hold on a second. So you're telling me if I get a dagger from the Greater Palace Cellar, I upgrade it to its second form, then into Arya's Autograph, even though it was a dagger, I could get a sword, a two-hander, or even a bow? That sounds awesome, but how garbage are they?
Well, they're often considered of Delphinad level or equivalent. It is also important to note that whatever grade the item is, prior to you upgrading it to its second form and converting it to Arya's Autograph, it stays as. Because of the limited upgrade path, however, most people avoid dungeon gear on legacy servers.
So to recap, it's a viable option for low-cost, decent gear to start with, but it doesn't transition to the endgame well, so you will end up replacing it.
Yep. Alright, now we're moving on to world boss drops. Boss drops are a very tricky thing. The mobs themselves are highly coveted for the drops and the quest completion, plus other factions attempt to deny the mob just to stop your faction from progressing. And if you go the other route and try to buy them, they're extremely costly on the auction house. With gold being a primary factor in this game, it's usually extremely difficult to get your hands on these type of items.
The greed is real.
It depends on your server and your guild, but to give you an idea, in order to take out, let's say, Red Dragon or Kraken, you compete with other guilds in your faction. On top of that, you have other factions, including motherfucking pirates to kill, which can sometimes turn into a real shit show and take hours with nothing to show at the end of the night.
Don't forget, you also compete with the members of the raid.
Yeah, the items are great and often better than most crafted items, but obtaining them is a real pain in the ass. I, for one, went to 6 Red Dragon kills, didn't win any of the rolls. In a few of those raids, the raid or the raid leader decided to sell the item and split the gold between all 40 members.
We're rich!
Let's see, 16,000 gold divided by 40 equals 400, motherfucker.
What?
So I went the other route. I bought a Red Dragon two-hander. It cost me like 16k off the auction house, and I decided I was going to regrade it. I got it to Celestial, and then from there I went to Celestial weapon anchors. Here's where the frustration is. After 8, count them, 8 Celestial anchors, 8 Resplendent scrolls, and 4 superior regrade charms, it failed all 8 times. Trying to get to Divine or Epic is costly. Real costly. It's painfully costly.
So you basically mortgaged your house to not be able to upgrade this.
Yeah, and my wife beats my head in when she sees the credit card bill. That's about it.
That is a fun part, though, for me.
Wrong head. On the next episode of Credit Card Warriors.
So that covers the major gearing outlets in Archeage. Did we miss anything? Tell us what you think below.
And don't forget to drop a like and subscribe for a chance to win a Dolphin mount.
Wait, what?
Dolphin!
One more code will be given away at the end of this video and more on videos to come. To get a chance to win, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and make sure you include the word Dolphin in it.
Dolphin!
We're going to do a live raffle before the end of the month. We'll message you over YouTube, get your codes in, use them before it expires.